I've been sitting on some information that's been making my blood boil a little bit. And if you're planning a trip to Europe in 2026, you need to hear this before you spend a single dime on your next flight. So pull up your chair and let's have an honest conversation. In this video, we'll be talking about the new ETIAS system. Now, I know you've probably seen the scary headlines, visas for Europe, new travel taxes, digital borders. It sounds like a headache, right? I know. But here's the real deal, though. Most of the experts out there are missing the fine print that actually protects travelers who are over 55. They're so focused on technology aspect that they're missing the loopholes that exist. First things first, though, let's talk about money. Starting in late 2026, almost everyone traveling from the US, Canada, or the UK will have to pay a fee to enter the Schengen area. But here's the secret travel agencies aren't putting in their brochure. If you are 70 or older, your ETIAS is free. You are officially exempt from that payment. I've talked to travelers who were ready to hand over their credit card to random websites just to get it over with. But if you're in that 70 plus bracket, you don't owe them a cent for the authorization itself. But, and this is a big but, between you and I, don't let that price tag of $0 fool you into thinking that you can just waltz through the departure gate. No. I've already heard horror stories from the testing phases where seniors thought no fee meant no paperwork. If you show up at the airport in 2026 without having filled out that digital form, the airline will deny you boarding. They have to, because the system is linked to your passport. And if the computer says no, the gate agent cannot override it. Yes, even though it's free, you still have to complete that digital form online. Now, let's talk about your passport, because this is where a lot of people are going to get caught in a legal landmine. Your ETIAS authorization is married to your passport number. It's valid for 3 years, which sounds great, right? But the truth is that it expires the very second your passport expires. Here is the trap. Let's say that your passport expires in 14 months. You apply for your ETIAS. You get it for free because you're 70 years or older and you're feeling good about this. But then, a year from now, you realize you need a new passport for a different trip. The moment you get that new passport with the new passport number, your ETIAS is dead and no longer valid. It doesn't transfer to your new passport. And because the system is automated, it won't even warn you. You'll get to the airport with your shiny new passport, and the system won't find your authorization because you have none. My advice to you, if your passport has less than 2 years left on it, it's best to renew it now before the 2026 rush begins. Get the new 10-year passport book, and then that's when you should apply for the ETIAS. It saves you from having to redo the digital dance and avoids that stuck at the departure gate nightmare, right? All right, so while I'm talking about Europe in 2026, I have to warn you about the digital war. We're used to carrying a few hundred euros in emergency cash, right? Well, in 2026, cash is becoming a liability in cities like London, Stockholm, and Amsterdam. I was talking to a friend the other day who tried to use a $20 euro note to buy a bus ticket in Amsterdam. And the driver looked at her like she was holding a piece of history. They literally do not have a cash drawer. It is all digital. So in 2026, if you don't have a contactless card or your phone set up with Apple or Google Pay, you might find yourself unable to use public transportation or even buy coffee. The real deal here is that even cash-only signs are being replaced by card-only signs. If you aren't comfortable with digital wallets yet, now is the time to practice. Go to your local grocery store and practice tapping your card. It sounds simple, but when you're in a crowded metro station in Paris and there's a line behind you, You don't want that to be the first time that you're trying to figure this out and you're using your card. I also have to look out for your wallet in another way, I should say. Because the ETIAS is free for us seniors, the scammers are coming out of the woodwork like crazy. They're creating websites that look exactly like the official European Union portals. They use the same blue and gold colors, the same flags, and they even use, get this, they even use the official sounding language. So you better watch out for those sites. These sites will tell you that they are processing your application for a nominal service fee of $50 or $75. Listen to me. Don't do it. The official ETIAS application is a 10-minute form. If a site is asking you for a service fee, you are on a scam site. The only official place to do this is through the europa.eu domain. Don't let these middlemen take your dinner money. If you're feeling unsure, ask one of your tech-savvy grandkids or a friend to look at the URL with you. If it doesn't end with .gov or EU, stay away from it. Finally, I want to share a secret about your medications because 2026 is going to be the year of aggressive departure gate checking. Airlines are trying to save every inch of space on that airplane, and they are going to try to force you to check your carry-on bag at the departure gate. Get ready for it. So if that bag has your heart medications, your insulin, or your CPAP machine, you should tell them no. And you don't just say no, you use the magic phrase, this bag contains life-sustaining medical equipment protected under the Air Carrier Access Act. That gate agent is going to back off because they are trained to move fast, but that specific phrase acts like a stop sign for them. They know that if they force you to check that bag and it gets lost or the medications gets frozen in the cargo hold, the legal consequences for airlines are massive. So they're not going to play. Don't be afraid to be firm, though. Please. It's your right. It's your health, and you do have the right to keep those medications within arm's reach. I know this is a lot to take in, but that's why I'm here. I've put all of these gate phrases, exclusive secrets, the ETIAS links, and the cashless travel trip tips into my senior travel blueprint. It's my way of making sure that you have all these secrets in your pocket in one place when you're standing at that terminal. It's only $8.99 because I want every senior traveler to have this insurance policy for their vacation so that you don't get caught off guard with all these rules. If you want the full experience though, I have the senior travel bundle that includes the blueprint. It also includes my 5-part video series where I go even deeper and actually show you the new e-gates and how to use the mobile passport control app to skip those 2-hour lines. Check the links below and let's make sure your 2026 trip is a treasure and not a tragedy. We're not about that, not because we're over 60. Please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss my next video, where I am going to reveal the hidden flight trick that can save you $400 on an international booking. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, and safe.